I'll be like a puppet.
Jeez, I got to come over here and do the opening tease with him. I mean...
She's a tease, what can I tell you?
No, let me explain.
You are a tease, do the tease, because you're teasing the people.
I asked Sylvester, Mr. Stallone, to please say hi, his name, and I'm coming up next on Extreme Close-Up. He wouldn't do it. I had to be here to hold his hand. So, hi, he's Sylvester Stallone, I'm Marcel Neville, and we're both coming up next on Extreme Close-Up. How's that?
You couldn't be better.
With back-to-back film projects, Sylvester Stallone certainly hasn't had time to just hang out. Cliffhanger has Stallone on a ledge in more ways than one. The film marks his return to the action-adventure genre after 2 failed comedies, Oscar and Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. In Cliffhanger, Stallone plays a rescue ranger chasing a team of thieves who are trying to recover $50 million off a mountainside.
I got what you want. Come on. Throw it in. Bring it closer.
Oh, my God. We caught up with Sylvester Stallone to talk about Cliffhanger on the set of his next movie, Demolition Man. The film is a futuristic cop thriller co-starring Wesley Snipes. Now, despite our proximity to a freeway near the Los Angeles International Airport, we still managed to have an intimate conversation with Sly that ranged from hairstyling tips to his secret phobia. Well, we're on the set of Demolition Man, so I have to let everyone know that, yes, I hit him. He got smart with me, so I just smacked him.
He laid me right out. You know, so much for brutality. Police brutality, the opposite.
So you're getting ready for another movie, but if you don't mind, can we go to Cliffhanger
Love
first?
to.
But I just wanted to explain I like this outfit, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I kind of like this.
You know, and the boots.
The way I showed up to work, actually. I haven't got into my costume yet.
Now, you guys shot Cliffhanger in Italy, so I'd imagine that must have been one of those locations that you just didn't want to leave, huh?
Well, half of it was. I mean, when you're up on a peak, 12,000, 14,000 feet, it gets a little rough, and you say, God, I want to come back. I mean, you want to move to Florida where it's like 0 sea level right away. But we went and we did the film in some of the most dangerous terrain you've ever seen. It's colossal. It's really spectacular. Looking, really.
What about, because I understand there were a couple of mishaps. What are some of the things that happened on this particular set?
Well, you know, actually, when you've heard the term, your hair stands on end. Well, we'd be acting, all of a sudden these static storms come in out of nowhere, and like you say, about 12,000 feet up, and your hair stands literally straight up, and you know you have to seek cover right away, because within 5 minutes, lightning bolts start to hit, and which causes avalanches, and it blew like 6 stuntmen right off the top of the mountain. Luckily, there was another lower level. I mean, their eardrums, half of them were, one almost got shattered, and we ran into some avalanches. We ran into weather that was just beyond your wildest dreams. So there was a few mishaps there.
Wow.
Also, they made me, they said, look, by accident, I said, I'm never going to go out on the ledge, okay? I just can't do it. And then finally, I don't know what happened, a photographer showed up and said, would you mind hanging from this rock? I don't know why. But next thing I know, I'm hanging from the rock, and the director comes up and says, you know what, I don't believe this. For a photo, you'll risk your life. For a movie, you won't.
Right.
From that day on, every day, he threw me off a mountain. Every day I'm hanging here and hanging there. But it was well worth it. It looks great.
How was that, though, doing a lot of your own stunts? Because you have a fear of heights, or I guess no longer, huh?
It's an unhealthy way to look at life. I mean, stuntmen have a tremendous amount of bravery, and I have some newfound respect for it. I think that I don't think I'd ever do it again. I mean, it was one of those once-in-a-lifetime things. I thought, okay, if I'm going to do this kind of film, let's literally let it hang out. I mean, the audience becomes pretty sophisticated. They know what's fake and what's not, but when they actually see you in a close-up and they pull back, and you're just still hanging there, it's worth it. I mean, you know, you do it once in your life, and somehow I kind of I like to, no pun intended, live on the edge. You know?
Ah, no pun intended.
No pun intended.
But Cliffhanger, though, is getting us back into the action genre. Is that put extra pressure on you to want to have this be a box office smash?
Yeah, I think it's going to do very, very well at the box office because the film delivers. You know, sometimes you do a film and it just doesn't live up to your expectations, and you have to live and die with it. But this one, I mean, people really, you know, risked their life, and it was very expensive, and very difficult to do, and there's no doubt in my mind that this is one of the better things I've ever been involved with all the way. So, and it puts pressure on a sense that you try to break new ground, and like everything's been done, really. So this is the only time I've never seen a vertical action film, you know what I mean? It's like there's no car chase, it's like leaping, falling, and it just has a sense of constant jeopardy. So,
but you're feeling just the normal amount of pressure, not because you haven't done an action film in several years?
No, I feel a lot of pressure because, I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself, and you want this film to really deliver with the kind of intent that you've had before, and getting back into a certain kind of phase of films that I haven't done for a couple of years, because after the Rambo series, it seems that the character had become extremely political, and rather than just doing action films for action film's sake, there was always some kind of a not so subtle message. And when I would find myself or the character being quoted in political rallies, or if an event happened on TV and some fellow went berserk, they say a Rambo-like person, Rambo like this. So it became synonymous with random violence, which was unfortunate because I never felt the character was that kind. He was not a loose cannon. He was just he was a war machine who performed what he was trained to do. So I said, you know, I'm going to kind of like react and go the opposite way for a while, which is what I did.
And now you're back?
I feel hungry. I feel full of energy. I've never felt better, and the projects that are coming up are extremely challenging, like this one. And
Demolition Man. Talk about what you're doing with Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is someone I waited a long time for to do this film. I sat at home for 6 months. I hope you appreciate that, Wesley, waiting for him, because I wanted this film to be not a one-man show. I wanted this to really be an ensemble piece where you have two strong personalities really going at it in a set that has never been seen before. I mean, we're in the future, but most of the time the future looks very bleak, and the cities are crumbled and the world seems to be going to hell. This is just the opposite. It's beautiful, it's tranquil, but beneath the surface there lurks a lot of tension, and a lot of animosity, a lot of danger, and that's where Wesley comes in.
All right, I'm going to wait for it now.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of tension now, let me get this straight. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's a rival at the box office, let's say, but you guys are in business together, so obviously there's no personal competition there.
No, I think it makes good copy to put people competitively. I guess it's kind of like a good heavyweight fight. You know, you put two people that are unknowns, it's no big deal, but then you start to put in two people that basically function in the same sphere together, and that makes for some interesting reading. But no, we sell hamburgers together, we sell shirts together, we tour the world together, and actually we fairly well started pretty. I mean, I remember when Arnold won Best Newcomer in 1976, and Rocky had won Best Film.